All right. Hey, everyone. What's up? You guys missed me yesterday? I mean, probably not, but missed you guys. Heard Raw was pre-taped, so I was able to just read the results, so I know what happened, which is good. Get all the posts made that I am live, which is great. Um, well, thank you, Zach. Do have to update the website following all that. So I have not touched the website since Sunday after Armageddon, where I got everything made live. All right, it is NXT time. Yeah, Armageddon was insanity. Probably one of the craziest shows I've ever recorded was Armageddon. I mean, there was a lot of attempted murder on it. All right, let's see here. Okay, they revamped the performance center for NXT, but it's still the tube. All they did was change the wall to not have the big NXT outline on it. It looks fine, I guess. Let's see, get the website updates done for the last couple of days, which for those wondering about the whole ending to NXT today. Yep, that is going to be the match at Heatwave for the NXT title. It is exactly what you expected. It'll be a fun few weeks heading into that. Which I will have some stuff to show off once we have more of the regulars here tonight as well. Some kind of cool stuff to share, or at least I think it's pretty cool. But I'll get to that in a minute. And who was it? But yeah, I hope everyone liked Skeleton Crew Raw. I thought it was a really cool concept. It was obviously. Oh, Tony D starting off the show. I'll get back to what I was saying in a minute. See if anyone interrupts Tony D, and then I'll get back to looking at the chat. Oh, and here comes Obafemi. All right, let's see. So let me take a look at the chat here. To the person who asks where I'm from, once again, I say this every time someone asks me that. From the United States, that's the most I share. I don't like to tell people what city or state. I tell people I'm from the state of Georgia, but I don't tell people what city I'm from. I don't tell people what town, anything like that, for obvious reasons. Anyway, Zach asks, what's the indie this week? Is it more Maple Leaf? So, it should be more Maple Leaf, comma, however, depending on how much time I have, there might be something else this week too. I will not guarantee that because it is Tuesday and I have nothing recorded this week other than nothing because I didn't get home until about an hour ago. But yeah, if there's only one indie thing this week, it'll only be Maple Leaf. But oh, we're spinning the wheel. Tables, ladders, and scares. Why does my hair look like I'm in the Bee Gees? Because I didn't shower long ago. Everyone's saying I gotta do too. Guys, I just got out of the shower. It's still the same hair. I'm not even trying anything new. I just brushed it. Like, you guys just don't normally see it fresh out of the shower and freshly brushed. Like, give it till the end of the stream. Once it dries, it will be curly again. Like, it's still the same hair. I showered an hour ago, and this hair takes a while to dry, and I didn't have time to dry it. So, but I do appreciate that it got called out by both Ray and Pierre within seconds of getting here. So, hi guys, good to see ya. Also, we got Stephanie McCurr making her in-ring debut, so that's pretty cool. Although I do like how it looks. I got a lot of compliments from my family when I saw them yesterday about how my hair looks now. So that made me feel better. Guys, it's the Olive Garden Never Ending Pasta Bowl. It never ends. Oh, but made you even more of a believer in universe. Oh yeah, that match was one of my favorites I've recorded in a while. Every so often, the best way I can kind of describe it is every so often you get a match in the LS11 universe where an established veteran and a young up and comer go. Oh, I've got a voicemail. Hold on. Friend's gonna die, isn't she? Probably. I think it's just my grandmom calling to update me. My mom fell this week and hurt her ankle, so I was told I'd be kept informed. Missed a call from my grandmom, so I'll check those voicemails after the stream because my mom's already told me what's going on. Fortunately, according to my mom, it is fractured, and they're just putting her in a temporary cast with crutches for now. So, fortunately, not a full break, just a fracture. So, thankful for that one. But yeah, anyway, every so often there comes a time in the LS11 universe where a veteran, a modern legend will go, 15, 20, in this case, 25 minutes with a young up and comer, and everyone will go, all right, well, that's the guy to watch this season. Last season was Nathan Frazier. He had, the incredible 20-ish, like 22-minute match with Roman. Oddly, it's been Roman 2 seasons in a row that that's happened now. And Nathan had the match with Roman last season, early on in the season, where they went like 20, 25 minutes or so. And it was a hell of a match. And then yesterday it was Obafemi. And then I'd also argue AJ Styles and Axiom's 2 out of 3 falls match. Oh yeah, and then you guys get Obafemi versus Jacob Fatu, round 2 next Tuesday. And the OC moved forward in the tournament against the Rascals. So The OC are now in the semifinals, and they will take on the winner. Oh, they add Ren's name to the No Quarter Catch Crew graphic. That's nice. That's lovely. But yeah, anyway, the OC next week on, I believe it'll be Raw probably, will take on the winners of Bullet Club versus Bullet Club's Finley and TMDK against Orange Sharkhausen. And that'll determine who's going to SummerSlam on that side of the bracket. And when Imperium versus BCC happens, it is genuinely up to Ray on that one. I will do it on an episode of Raw or the Indies, or Ray will do it on an AEW or a SmackDown. Ultimately, it's up to him. I don't mind either way. I'm not putting any kind of timer on it, other than I've told him, and Ray knows this if he's still in the chat. Ray, you obviously know we've talked about it privately. Like, obviously, only thing I got is just it just needs to be done before SummerSlam, so we know which of those two is going to SummerSlam. Calling it now, Oba's going to be the one to beat Hendry. Time will tell. That shiver there was involuntary, if I was wondering. Sometimes I just get weird shoulder spasms. But yeah, NXT yesterday, I had a lot of fun making that episode. That episode was a little tedious for me to make because it was the final thing I had to record before I was gone for a day. And I had to get it all done on Saturday because Alex and I usually spend Sundays together. And we did this week too. We played Sea of Thieves for many of hours, which was really fun. Yeah. Also, yesterday was or today was AJ Styles' first NXT match since he lost since NXT Reloaded era started, or since the ZRC era started, since the Reloaded era. I kind of divide NXT up into three eras, technically four in the Always 11 universe, right? There's the retro era, which is anything before 2019 that nobody has seen. There is the Ray Wood era, which is seasons 1 to 3. There's the Reloaded era, which was mid to late season 5 through a few weeks ago, and then now the ZRC era has truly begun. I thought Stephanie would walk right through Knicks today. Well, it felt better to show off what Stephanie could do while also putting Knicks over in defeat because I don't want to just bury someone. But yeah, I'll have a cool little announcement for everyone here shortly about. It's not about like any new series. Well, it kind of is about new series. Kind of. It's not like anything about It's not entirely about new wrestling series. I'll explain in a minute. Let me let me get everything I need to done here first. I talked about it briefly in the Discord the other day, so some people already know, and I'm gonna make a video about it that goes up on all three of my channels. Maybe I'll make it tonight because I'm actually looking decent tonight. We'll see what happens though. But I'm trying to go a lot more in on like monetizing what we do, while also not ever putting the main series behind a paywall outside of episodes of Main Event, which I think me putting Main Event behind the paywall is fine. But yeah, like for example, if you're not an LS11 Universe member, you didn't see this week, but we got a pretty decent show on Main Event. You had Ethan Page against Baron Corbin, had JD McDonough and Carlito against the Smoke Chasers, had Naomi up against Thea Hale, and had fourth match. Yeah, fourth match. Yeah, fourth. Grayson Waller versus Brooks Jensen. That's what it was. And just like that, big win there for Stephanie. I don't forget to add seven, brother. I got it. I was adding her as we were talking. Adding her as we spoke. Santino segments were funny. Yeah, poor Santino's having to try and yeah, poor Santino's having to try and figure all this out. And here comes Julia. Yep. Also, the North is now back together, it seems, in LS11 NXT, so that's pretty cool. Got that going for us. That's pretty neat. If I get the chance, if I get it all done tonight, I will reveal what bracket B of the World Cup is looking like tonight. Favorite one was this one with Fatu. He's not afraid of Jacob Fatu because he once beat Umenga. I love Fatal Influence. They play the Mean Girls role so perfectly. I love them. Oh, it is El Riz Lexus King. I like Ray's portrayal of Lexus King. I do like Ray's portrayal of Lexus King. IRL Lexus King, absolutely zero aura, as the kids say. I can get behind saying like Riz and aura because like that was Riz and aura I can get behind because aura is not a new word. Riz, it's been around for a couple years now. But again, I've said this before, I'll say it again. I don't know what the fuck a skibbity is, and I think it's fucking stupid. Alright, let's see here. Oh man. Oh yeah, the Santana Fatu stuff was fun. I enjoyed that. Okay. Let me see how quickly I can get through. how quickly I can get through everything I need to here. Six five 232. You are 43. Yeah, I'm gonna do my best to announce the 8 matches for this week as quick as I can. KO versus Champa might not just be match of the season, match of the series. I don't know if I'd say match of the series. I think there's other matches I like more, but it was very brutal. It's probably it's the most brutal match I've ever done. Okay. Thirty-four to a 5, 6. God, does he Punk teach King a little lesson? Well, you'll have to see on that one. You know, the Ashanti stuff is losing its charm a little with me, at least. Are we going somewhere with Carmen Petrovic and Ashanti though? Oh, as you say, is more brutal KO and Champa or Joe. I knew that question was coming about the comparison there. But they're just very different. They're both bloody matches, but I think I don't know. They're brutal in their own ways. Fail to see how Lexus King is the bad guy in this matchup, if I'm honest with you. Like, I'm supposed to believe Lexus King is the bad guy because he got rolled up with a guy putting his feet on the ropes. Lexus King did nothing wrong. He's trying to be a good man. He's trying to, everyone's trying to compare him to his dad. He's not his dad. He's the rules aren't too confusing to me, at least. Yeah, I should be able to get everything ready to share round two of the World Cup, or not round two, bracket B of the World Cup tonight. Not like the actual episode, but what the matchups are going to be. 5'7", 183, 20. Damn it. Theory versus Frazier's going to go crazy. Oh, yeah, that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, yeah, they do have that little bit of it. Like, they have a very small amount of history, but they have history. Like, I mean, they have a little bit. They have we were in a fatal four-way together once history, and that's about it. And Nathan fought the Nathan fought fought Cody once, I guess, as well. 10, 26, 5, 10. The bracket finals, like the 4 bracket finals last season, right? I'm trying to think of what they were because there were 8 people in the bracket finals, obviously the A, B, C, and D. And it was like, I believe it was Moxley, Gunther, it was Bandito, Balor, it was Kenny and Coda, and then was it Hendry EC3? Was that the final 8? Pierre and Zach would probably know best. I know they're members. I'm planning at some point this week to I'm planning to release the entire last season's World Cup as its own video to give people a preview of what they're missing out on by not being members. Yeah, that sounds right to me as well. I think you're all going to fall out laughing when I share this third match that'll be in the World Cup, but you guys will see that later. 6 forward. $26, 6, 4, 15. Well, that's good, Zach. I'm glad you had a fun day. My day was mostly spent behind the wheel of a car, which is always fun. Drove for many of hours today. Went and voted for the presidential election today as well, and that is the most I will say on that. All right, let's see. 5'11", 235, 36. Trying out food catering places. Oh, that's always fun. All right then. Really don't know how to respond to that, but all right then. Alexis King with the dub. Love to see Alexis King victory day. Hello, Wesley. Three. Yeah. 30, 5, 6. Olive Garden, never ending possible, folks. Never ends. What's been using install lessons from Drew? Seems that way. 37, 139. Four. All right, halfway through being done making the graphics for round two, or for bracket B. I keep saying round two. I think bracket A is probably the more exciting of the two. I will outright admit that. Like I do think that round two or bracket A probably had the more exciting matchups in the first round. Um, that being said, right? I think bracket B has more potential future matchups that will interest people. Whether you're watching the entire Dunn and Gunther feud. All right then. Yeah, so I did not watch Raw last night because I was having dinner with some old friends that I've not seen in a while. Outside of Ray, the guy I was having dinner with last night, other than Ray, is my best friend. Like he was the best man at the wedding. Um, but where I was going with that is I watched the highlights this morning and I watched the highlights this morning and I listened to Steven Larson's review on my 3.5, almost 4 hour drive that I had to do today. So I know everything that happened. 6'1", 260. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a double watch along weekend, huh? 26th is Bound for Glory. 27th is Halloween Havoc. 5. Oh, it's Ellis Lemon Raw's newest star, Lola Vice. 5, 8, 1, 9. Foot 232. Like, if anyone's diehard fans of certain wrestlers to the point that when I list out their like height, weight, and age, you're like, oh, it's that person. I will just outright be like, yep, you're right, it is. I also then do reserve the right to absolutely make fun of you if you know the exact height, weight, and age of a wrestler, like by heart. Shit. All right, 2 matches away now, or 2 graphics away from being able to show the lineup for bracket B. Anything like that, just the wrestling move names. Okay, we're getting to a point now, finally, where I've got so many of the flags for all the different countries already put in here that I'm not having to do as much work with the flags. 5'7", 180, 41. What are your finishers? I think adding the tail of the tape stuff has been cool. Two, 231, 41. Oh boy, Cole Custer will be here next Tuesday on NXT. Oh man, guys, it's so exciting. It's it's NASCAR's Xfinity Series champion Cole Custer. Who the fuck is that? Not a NASCAR. I haven't been a NASCAR guy since I was a kid. I don't get it. I've never seen the Nikita Lions. Okay, I get why there's the appeal. Let me rephrase that. I get the visual appeal for some people. Never seen much I was too impressed with in the ring, though. I only know one NASCAR person, Jeff Gordon, because upon the stars. I know plenty of like the older NASCAR drivers who aren't really who aren't racing anymore. One more graphic, and then I'm done. People like Nikita Lyons though, so I mean the Cyber Sunday poll alone showed me that people like her. Or like the wildest pick. Well, yeah. People did what they were gonna do. Oh, it's just going down in the ground and pound now. 6'2", 229, 44. All right, almost ready. Just bear with me, folks. I am almost ready to announce who all is in Bracket B and what the 8 matches of Bracket B will be. And that played for Clemson as a quarterback said retire early neck. And he would have been eligible for the draft there. Well, that sucks. Oh, Jada Parker. Just why? All right, then. All right, once it goes to the next commercial, I will reveal the matches for World Cup's Bracket B. JC Jane is just the pervasive. I'm in danger. All right. So, folks, give me just a moment here. Maybe I need to buy a hair straightener. I don't know. It looks good straight, man. What in the blue hell? Oh! Riley Osborne's got his own music or something here. He just came flipping in out of nowhere. So, the first round matches for Bracket B. Japan's Shinsuke Nakamura. Hold on. You didn't see that. You didn't see shit. You didn't see shit. Hold on. Hold on. Here, hold on. I haven't shown the graphics yet. Hold on. Fuck off. Okay, anyway. Japan's Shinsuke Nakamura is going to face Canada's Shawn Spears. Mexico's Mystico is going to face the United States' EC3. Canada's Eric Young faces England's Pac. Spain's Axiom faces England's Ridge Holland. The United States' Chris Danger faces the United States' Dante Leon. Scotland's Grado faces Nigeria's Obafemi. Bandito from Mexico takes on Nathan Frazier from England. And Claudio Castagnoli of Switzerland faces Grayson Waller of Australia. So those 8 matches will air this week for members and I've not made the official announcement video for this yet. Hoping to get it done tonight. I was hoping to get it done Sunday. Then I got stuck into playing Sea of Thieves for about 7 hours. Or not 7, for about 4.5 hours. But, that being said, let me try opening this in another window here just to make it look nicer, see it from an outside perspective a little bit. Yeah, that works. So, I, as of Sunday, or Saturday night actually, have relaunched the LS11 Patreon, and it's now the ZRC Patreon. So let me shrink myself down a little bit here. So yeah, it is no longer the LS11 Patreon. It's still Patreon LS11 Universe, just because people know that link. It's been on our website and everything for years. But it's been relaunched. This banner is all about me now. Doesn't have any ties to Ray anymore. You can see Brittany and Luigi up here. You can see just random pictures of me from the last few years, and Carnold and Jacques Maverick and Quizmaster are there too, and Carnold again. But it fits because we all look alike, and then Dana and Missile as well. And yes, there's a picture of me in a Sonic onesie because it's funny. But yes, the Patreon has been relaunched. So what's the difference between Patreon and memberships? I hear you asking. Great question. Glad you're asking it before I can get a chance to. So you can see this Patreon is for LS11 Universe, Xander LS11, and WrestleLuigi, to the point where the Patreon is just a picture of me with Xander Ramsey Carver as the name, right? It's the same Patreon that we plugged 5 years ago, right, in end of 2019. The Legend Luigi, exactly. Right. Yeah, there's Carnold, and there's Carnold, and there's Jack Sparrow. So, to give you guys the quick run through here, that is me the day I met Joe Hendry. That is me the day of a funeral. That is Carnold, right after he won the LS11 Internet title. That is me the day of my wedding. That is me dressed as Jack Sparrow from the This Is the Tale music video. That's Carnold. That's me. That's Xander number 5 with the predictions title / me from my vacation, me with a mustache, Quizmaster, me in a Sonic onesie, Jacques Maverick. I thought eventually I might redo this to where it's me, Carnold, Xander number 5, the Doctor, the Quizmaster, Xander number 3, so on and so forth, where it's all the clones. But I haven't seen the clones in a while, so I got to get them all together to do a photo shoot again, other than me and Carnold, who recently did one. But yeah, so what does the Patreon entail, you might wonder? Well, you can see main event is on here. You can see the World Cup is on here. But you can also see Xander and Friends Hunger Games Simulator, unedited, is on here. What does that mean, you might wonder? Where's his hat? Oh, Jacques' cowboy hat. This is 1980s Jacques Maverick. That was or this is Golden Era Jacques Maverick. What you saw was good old JM Jacques Maverick. That was that's from Ruthless Aggression era. Jacques Maverick's appearance changes based on which era he's commentating for. Because I take over in the Retro series around the 2010 mark is where I take over. Anything before that, Sacrifice will be Jacques Maverick. But Jacques Maverick is a parody of whatever play-by-play commentator of the time. So he's Gorilla Monsoon here because Brady Baxter is very much Jesse the Body Ventura. And then he's more like JR in the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression. But anyway, yeah, so you can see Xander and Friends Hunger Games Simulator here. And then nothing from 2022. So what does this mean? You might wonder. Well, if I pull it up on another tab, there's actually previews that you guys can see. Previews, 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 which is awesome. So now when people go to the Patreon, they get actually like little 30-second previews like this. Hello, LS11 Universe members, and welcome back to Main Event. I do apologize, it's been a few weeks since the last episode of Main Event, but now we the first 30 seconds of the video. Or I think in here I gave it more like a 45-second. Ray Phoenix, is Phoenix going to tap out? Yeah, you can see they get 32 seconds of Hendry and shirts in the crowd. People want back-to-back in the World Cup this year. But then, like, what is Xander and Friends? Hunger Games simulator. This is me, Alex, and our roommate Hemlock sitting down a couple of months ago. From a couple months ago, we recorded this, and I had been meaning to do like a full-scale editing on it. There we go. Do that. That's better. I've been meaning to do full-scale editing on this video for months. Like, have little animated characters of the three of us in the corner talking, and like have little animations and stuff. But I haven't had time. So I just took the 32-minute clip, threw it up on Patreon. So to give you guys a little preview, like what kind of chaos is this?
The Hunger Games.
Look,
it's one boy and one girl from each district.
Look,
Freddy Fazbear can be a girl.
He's an animatronic. Look, there's already 3 people per district, so like I'm already breaking the rules a little bit here.
What do you mean 3? What kind of clunky ass quarter quell is this?
I changed the rules. All right, we're here. It's
This is
me.
fake Hunger Games.
It's me. It's my wife. It's our roommate. 32 characters. They don't know who's gonna appear. It's the Hunger Games. In District 1, we got Freddy Fazbear. So yeah, there you go. So the Patreon, I'm gonna make, like I said, I'm gonna make a full video explaining this sooner or later. There's gonna be a full video explaining it sooner or later. And what it is it's now a combined Patreon for my 3 different accounts that I use. And on it, I'm going to essentially bring Let's Plays back, for example. So I'm just going to like sit down one day this week, for example, if I have time. I'll sit down one day this week. I'll be like, I don't know. I want to sit down for the next hour and a half or so. And I want to play the DC side of Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. And eventually, the Xander LS11 channel would get a cut down version of that. But Patreon would get the full unedited footage with all the jokes and everything else and all the footage. And stuff like that. And random ass things like me, my wife, and Hemlock doing the Hunger Games simulator and stuff. And then, how does it affect Wrestle Luigi? Well, they'll get early access to things like how Xander would book when I'll be bringing that back pretty soon. I don't know what my first How Xander would book is going to be. I'm bringing it back. They'll get early access to that. And then when I do the TNA watch-alongs, they will get full uncut versions of that. I've got to edit the original one first because I can't show the footage. I don't want to risk that. I'm going to have to edit it a little bit where it's just my face. But they will get the full uncut reactions to my TNA watch-alongs to the old episodes of TNA, starting in 2002. And all of that. Whereas YouTube will get, like, cut-down review versions of the watch-alongs. Where it'll be like, yeah. And so then this happened, and this was my reaction. You know, and all of that. So... And then LS11 Universe... LS11 Universe Patreons will... Oh, Andre Chase is back. But yeah, LS11 Universe Patreons will get Main Event and the World Cup and whatever else I do in that time. But the only difference with Patreon and memberships is, for LS11 Universe, is Patreons don't get early access because that's just a logistic nightmare. Honestly, if you're asking me, I say the Patreon is a little bit more worth it than... I'd say Patreon's more worth it than membership. Because, yes, you don't get the early access, but you get access to so much more for the same price. Like, to give you guys an idea of what the pricing looks like on the Patreon. There is the level 2, or hold on, I'm just going to zoom it in. There is the $2, which is Missile Street Jar, which I think is very cute. It's general support tier. For the price of getting Missile Treats every month, you get access to all bonus content. Like, you get access to everything. And then from there, everything else is just like incentives that go with it. So, $5 amount is the assistant producer, where you get everything. Hold on, what is Tatum Paxley talking about here? Oh, there's OTM. Oh, and there's Wendy Chu in the background. Where's Rosemary, though? Okay, anyway, back to my Patreon conversation here. So, $5 amount, what you get is the ability to vote on what the next retro show will be, and any other kind of thing that I ask to be voted on, like what game am I going to play this week. As well as when I bring back the podcast, which I might have Ray on sometimes. I might just do it myself. You never know. The Ask Xander podcast, essentially, that I'm going to be kind of starting up. Just because getting Ray and I sat down together for a weekly or even bi-weekly podcast is borderline impossible nowadays. But you have the ability to submit questions and topics to that. And the Discord access is just you'll get a fancy name color in the All 7 Discord. Champion level, $10. You get your name in the opening credits and in the description of every episode that I do, which has been there for years, actually. If you look at the L7 Universe channel, it'll just now be in every channel of mine, as well as at least in the videos I make, because I don't think I can get that handled with Ray to have him put that at the beginning and end of every video. There's and then there's the more high dollar, more okay, cool. You definitely don't have to do this ever. I'm never gonna ask someone to pledge at these tiers. I'm not gonna ask anyone to pledge at any tiers, obviously, but like I'm never gonna ask anyone. I'm never gonna be like, oh, go pledge at the $50 here. You're never gonna hear me say that, right? But I try and make it worth your while if you do. 25, you get a personalized shout out. So at the beginning or end of a video, depending on how many people do it, you get a little thing. Like, for example, because Pierre's in the chat, I can see his name. Like, this video is made possible by our Patreons. And this video specifically is made possible by Patreon backer Pierre Bornelis. Pierre wants you all to, for example, Pierre wants you guys to follow him on Twitter at Pierre_B. Or Pierre wants you guys to subscribe to his channel where he does this kind of content. Or Pierre's message this month is, go suck an egg, Derek. I don't know who Derek is, but that's what he's told me. Pierre didn't actually tell me to say that. That's just me using Pierre as an example. Teacher mode over here. And then finally, $50 tier. Again, I don't expect anyone to pledge at any of these tiers. I don't expect anyone to pledge at all, honestly. I'm going to still upload stuff on here, though. If someone pledges at the $50 a month tier, I will send them a personalized video every month to their email, where it's just me sitting here talking about them, hyping them up, being like, man, you are the best, you are awesome, here's this, here's a little bit of behind the scenes stuff for you, that kind of stuff. So yeah, there you go. That's what the Patreon's looking like right now. I'm bringing it back because, one, I need money. Plain and simple. One, I need the money. Two, I have a lot of ideas, and I need a little bit more financial support to be able to do them. By no means am I saying, all right, you gotta go pledge the Patreon. I'm going to start setting Patreon goals for stuff, eventually. Like, oh, we get 30 backers on Patreon, and I'll do this. Like, for example, I'm thinking about bringing back the Xander SVR 2008 GM mode as a Patreon exclusive. Because again, it's $2 a month. You know, I know that's a lot for some people, and so of course, I'm never gonna lock Universe behind it. But yeah, so it's like I'm never gonna say, "Oh, you got to donate." You know, it's never gonna be like that. Never. You're never gonna hear me saying like, "Oh, if you don't donate, you're not a real fan." I will never say something like that because quite literally, just enjoying our content makes you a fan to me. Doesn't matter if you've given me $1. Doesn't matter if you've given me $0. Doesn't matter if you've given me $1,000. I love all the fans, and I'm not going to ever take them for granted. Oh yeah, 2K updated today. I forgot about them. How much are they asking for the Bray Wyatt Fiend DLC? I just need to know if they got me messed up. Thinking I'm gonna pay for it. I just I just need to know, you know? I don't see it on here right now. Might need to close and reopen Steam though. My assumption is it's like $10, which if it's $10, maybe one day I'll get it, but I'm not in any rush. If it came with like Wyatt 6 versions of Rowan, Gacy, Loomis, and Nikki, I would consider it more, but it just comes with a new version of Uncle Howdy, which I kind of already have with mods anyway, and a new version of The Fiend, who, you know, rest in peace and all to Bray Wyatt, but I don't use him in the main series anymore. He's unfortunately passed away. Yes. Hi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Cold outside. Warm.
Okay, and
Your next convenience.
yeah, and your hands are inconvenient.
Too bad, Buttercup. Suck it up.
I just see your TNA Hope quote because I had to walk away for a little bit. I didn't respond to it, but I saw it, Zach. I see all the messages. I just don't respond to everything anymore. Can I help you?
Yeah, you're warming up my fingers.
Oh my god. To those that are not married or are not in a relationship, take a look at your future. Take a look at your future, gentlemen. Or ladies. Or those between. Or beyond the binary. I don't judge. Yeah?
Yeah.
I drove 4 hours today. Have I not suffered enough?
Well, I was suffering. My hands are cold.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Remind me after stream I need to talk to you about Ray coming next week.
Okay, gotcha. So you guys have a...
I have specific dates and times now.
Okay, cool.
I've worked it out with Hemlock. I will work it out with you after stream to make sure it's alright.
Okay, I appreciate that. You're late. Don't beat me.
Evie! Why? Come on. Evie. You're going the wrong way, champ. Dana. It's always just party in Xander's room, if you guys can't tell. Do not shut me in here with all of them. This one's fine. This one's the mascot. Say, wait, what's the
Dana's
mascot?
got the bigger mascot photo though.
Missile's got a whole tier on the Patreon named after.
Bigger picture. Dana, in or out?
Dana. All right, well. All right, hi, Missile.
Reverse psychology of these cats.
All right, hi, Missile. Missile, no! Missile! Missile, the people need you. Missile, we need to drive sales to the Missile tip jar tier. And that means that they need Missile. There you go. Are you trying to eye up the predictions title, you little... There's nothing in there for you. We got Missile on stream now, folks. We've got the Missile inbound. What will she do? Missile in the background of the stream. What will she destroy? I'm sorry, I couldn't care less about Brooks Jensen versus versus Ashanti Adonis. Missile, you got to stay on camera. Missile, you're how we drive the views. Missile, I've not seen you in like 2 days. All right, fine. But I expect to see you at bedtime. Oh, is Carmen starting to fall for the Riz of Ashanti Theodonis? Is that what's happening here? Carmen Petrovic, who I learned recently is dating a basketball player who is like 6'8". I saw a picture of them together on her Instagram the other day. I don't follow her. She just popped up in my recommend, and I was like, oh yeah, I like Carmen Petrovic. I was just curious what her page looked like, and then I was like, holy shit, when I saw the guy she was dating. Ew. He's just got the thing of spit in his beard now. The question is this Carmen actually going with Ashanti, or did she distract them on purpose? All right, triple threat about to happen. I'm hoping it's a Wesley win here in the triple threat. Because I'm not particularly interested in Ethan Page versus Trick Williams for the 4th time or whatever. And I like Javon Evans just fine, but... But yeah. Yeah, team kick was brutal. Oh yeah. Oh man, there's still 30 minutes left in the show. That first hour flew by, and then the rest of the time just has kind of started to drag a little bit. It's not been a bad show. It's just been kind of boring for me. I haven't had much to be invested in, and I think in part it's that my head is like my head is in a million other places right now. Like Alex's big Christmas gift is right here. I gotta get that wrapped soon. I got other stuff I need to get done soon. Oh, another Delta video package. Oh no, Lexus King going into the parking lot. Oh well, Luca is gonna get absolutely demolished next week. Poor guy. I did successfully make it through the parking lot today. I did. I was watching my today. So I'm not gonna confirm or deny anything for obvious reasons, but I may have rolled up to NXT with my best friend Joe Hendry. Because as we know, Joe Hendry and I are best friends. Like, as we all know, right? Joe Hendry and I are best friends.
My bars mean more. They're the ultimate action. We had a crew of three, always at each other. But if you turn your back, you'll lose that kind of way. You'll always say, that's my friend, my friend, my friend, friend, my best friend, my friend, my friend, my friend, friend, my best friend, my friend, my friend, my friend, friend. Well, maybe not my best, but definitely one of my friends. Chasing after fame, it's a risky affair. True loyalty's gold, it's beyond compare. Sand is always there, through thick and through thin. In this life together, it's the bond that we win.
Yeah, I mean, he sang about it himself. And by that, I mean that's an AI thing that JT made for me. I didn't even have to hire him, it's because we're just such good friends, right? I don't have to hire bodyguards, Zach. That's part of why I don't hire a bodyguard in LAW. One, I can handle myself in LAW. And two, I don't have to hire a bodyguard. I can just be like, yo. I just call in favors and get friends to back me up. Like I had Joe Hendry backing me up today, and then I've made friends. I've been doing this job as a commentator across all the different companies for 5 years. I've got some allies nowadays. I remember Joe Hendry hosted my birthday party on LAW. And we had a 6-man tag match that we won. It was great. Good times all around. Yeah, I got friends in high places. I've been doing this a while, like I said. Again, don't know who the hell Cole Custer is, but whatever. I didn't realize WWE Gunther's been a champion more than he hasn't. Yeah, they mentioned that a good bit about him. I mean, he's only it's very small amounts of time where he's not champion. Like, I think longest time he went without the belt was losing the UK title to Ilya and then moving to the States because he lost it to Ilya in August 2021, and then it was June 2022 when he won his next title, which was the IC title. It's ego. Oh man. So one thing I will say with the World Cup, I'm probably making the semifinals free this year too. And all I will say is because we've got the whole bracket lined up. This is the first year where everything is ready, like is completely planned out all the way through for once. Last year, I wasn't as good about it. Last year, it changed a lot. This year, the brackets are figured out in full. But but this year the brackets are all figured out and it's gonna get good is what I can say to that. Last year, like the big highlight matches were like, you know, Hendry and Balor in the finals, Balor Omega happening, Omega Ibushi, stuff like that. There's big stuff for every round this year. Excuse me. And much like I did last week, I will have the bracket B graphic that actually shows all the matches posted later tonight. Gunther Ishii was good last year. Gunther Mox, Gunther Aldis was all good. Oh yeah, Gunther had a good run in the World Cup as well last year. But I'm mainly saying, like, this year, there's more. Just more is the only word I can even think to call it this year. Because, oh, like I said, it's gonna get good. Like, I laid it out. I was like, we got our 64 names figured out, and then like we got our 64 names figured out and worked backwards from there. This time, I was like, all right, these matches sound really fun. Oh yeah, Triple H signed Alice during the tournament. Yeah, I was really proud of that spot. That was obviously like inspired by the Cedric Alexander stuff. Like it's pretty obvious that was, inspired by that. I wasn't gonna act like it wasn't. Oh, never ending possible. It never ends. I'll get tired of this joke one day. I know most of you already are. Also, something else I know a lot of you are, well, I'd say tired of, but no one's tired of it yet. Nathan Frazier has found his way into the World Cup. Yep, all this turned into this villain. Oh yeah, it was all meant to lure people in the way I did it. It was all done with the intent of luring people into a false sense of security with Nick Aldis. Just be like, oh great, he has all this history with hating Cody. He's gonna stand up to Cody. He's gonna help take down the Six. And he did for about 2 months. He did for about 2 months. And then. Might add more tension between Frazier and Cross with Frazier in the cup. Perhaps so. But Cross isn't really around right now, is he? Cross kind of fell 20 feet the other day. So it's going to be a little while before we see good old Carrion again. Gonna be another week or so. I do really like making the flag background graphics for everybody for the tournament. I think it's a really neat little touch. I don't think Frazier really cares at this point. Yeah, he doesn't seem to, does he? All right, come on, Wesley. I'm actually perfectly fine no matter who wins this. Like I'm good with any winner, quite honestly. But Wesley would be the preferred outcome, just because it'd be something new. I feel like Ethan Page. I don't think Ethan Page is in NXT for a long time anyway. I feel like Ethan Page is main roster bound pretty quickly. Karen Cross eventually has enough. Assuming he does. Assuming he does. Bracket D, which is in 2 weeks. That's the one I'm really excited for you all to find out about. That's the one I'm really excited for you all to find out about. That's got arguably the biggest surprise of the World Cup participant wise in it. And that is the most I can say. Like for obvious reasons, that is the most I can say. Again, not going to spoil anything, but there is a reason we've gone about announcing it the way we have this year with only announcing 16 people a week right now. Also, we haven't talked about it much, but Ridge Holland has betrayed Chase U and has joined the Kaz Dojo, where Kaz is claiming Frankie Kazarian is claiming new members are joining next week. Anyone got any bold predictions on who those new members might be? He said he had a counter to Thea. He had a counter, and he had two people to counter the waste of space that is um, Riley. So he's got two guys and a girl joining, it would seem. And we'll find out who those three are on Monday next week. See a Page Punk feud with Page saying Drew's right about Punk. I don't think everything Punk does is going to come back around to Drew McIntyre was right about you or anything like that. But yes, I could see a CM Punk Ethan Page feud. I think there was more to that GTS than just Punk is hitting a GTS for the heck of it. Jeez. That top rope cutter is ridiculous. Everything Javon Evans does is ridiculous. But what I do like about Javon Evans and his moveset, I do like his moveset a lot. And the thing I like about Javon Evans' high flying stuff is, for the most part, it doesn't feel like I'm flying around for the sake of it. It feels like it's high flying and it's impressive, but it's impressive because it's straight to the point. Like, he does the flips and stuff, but it's not. Well, I'm just gonna be real. I know it's gonna make me sound like a Cornette guy. I'm really not a Cornette guy at all. I don't particularly care for Jim. I think Jim says funny stuff sometimes, but I also think Jim's just not a great person. Um, my point is, I'm getting off track. My point is, I watched Wrestle Dream. I didn't do a watch along because I did not have the energy. And I just, as we all know, I'm not a big AEW guy anyway. But I watched it because it was free for me to watch it. Yeah, well, let's just do Ethan and Trick again, because, sure. I mean, I knew it was going to happen, but, like, I'm not mad we're getting Ethan and Trick again. It just kind of feels like, why did we do this when we could have easily just said rematch clause? All right, better spin that wheel quick, boys. You got 60 seconds. They're going to pull you off the air. A weak spin, Ethan. Devil's Playground. Just hit him with a damn spotlight. All right. Cool. At this point, I'm gonna get the graphics made that I need to, and then I'm gonna wrap up. Sure, Vine Ego Trick 3. Honestly, thought it'd be Wes, but that's cool. Yeah, I'm hoping they'll at least just do something with Wes later on. Like I said, I don't mind them doing Trick Ego 3. I really don't, because I do like both guys, but I just Ethan Page. I also understand the fact that NXT needs Ethan Page right now. They need Ethan Page more than Ethan Page needs to be in NXT, is how I'm kind of thinking to put it. Because, like, Ethan Page, he's main roster ready. NXT doesn't have enough guys. Specifically, they don't have enough guys in their main event scene. The women's roster, freaking stacked in NXT. But in a fairly male-dominated sport like professional wrestling is, they do need a strong main event men's scene. And you just saw their main event men's scene all in one match there, with the exception of Trick. Oh, was probably gonna beat Trick. Yeah, probably. I mean, that's who I think should beat him at least. Like that's who I think should be the one beating Trick Williams, is Oba. It could also be a cheating Wesley. You never know. Could be someone completely new. Could be Ricky Starks. Could be Ricky Starks. That's all I'm gonna say there. Because that contract's coming up. Like, it's sometime this year. This year is almost over. That's sinking for a minute. Sinking in for me a little lately. This year is almost over. Yeah, it's Oba or Wes. Yeah. Like in my mind, it's like it's Oba or Wes unless they get Ricky, which I think they will. Feels like it's just a waiting game for that contract to expire at this point. Or hell, Penta's going to be a free agent soon. Phoenix is stuck in AEW for about another 9 months or so. Because Tony Khan's more or less making an example out of him, which, I get it. I get the mindset Tony's in there. And it's a business mindset, which is obviously something I don't deal with is business mindsets. Doesn't mean I particularly like it, how he's handling the Lucha Bros thing, but I'm also more of an AEW not hater. I'm not an AEW hater. I don't particularly enjoy AEW, but I don't want them to fail as a company, obviously. I get Tony kind of putting his foot down with the whole thing of like, um, I can't just let someone walk all over me by clearly talking contracts with another company while still under my contract. I get that. But also, the Lucha Bros don't want to be there anymore, so why are you going to pay guys to be there? It's like, and I get it. Phoenix was out for 9 months with injuries across the last several years. Phoenix was out with 9 months worth of injury across his time there, so you're paying him for that time, and you should get that time out of him. I agree with that, but I also just don't like the idea of adding injury time to contracts. No matter who does it. Like when WWE was doing it to Brody Lee, I hated it. Because they do it to people. WWE does it too. And I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, WWE would never. WWE's done it. And I didn't like it when they did it. I don't like it when AEW's doing it. Simple as that. Yep, dick move, no matter who does it. Exactly. Like, TNA did it at one point when Lady Frost wanted out. They did it to her. They added injury time to her contract. Like, I don't care. It could be my favorite promotion. I'm still going to say, hey, that's not cool. Like, they won out. You save yourself the money. Same way I think WWE's non-compete clause is incredibly stupid and unfair. Especially if WWE releases you and not you ask for your release. I feel like, maybe a non-compete clause if you request the release is one thing. But if WWE goes, yeah, we're firing you, that's another. But also some talents like the non-compete, the 90 days, because 90 days they're getting paid. So, I don't know. All right, cool. So here's what bracket B of the World Cup looks like now. You guys see. So give you guys a better idea. Let me move myself to the other side of the screen. So the winner of Claudio and Waller is going to fight the winner of Bandito and Frazier. The winner of Grado and Oba is going to fight the winner of Dante Leon, Chris Danger. The winner of Sean Spears and Shinsuke Nakamura is going to fight the winner of EC3 and Mystico. And the winner of Eric Young and Pac is going to fight the winner of Ridge Holland and Axiom. So you go. Then I'll just give you the full view here. So there you go. Got any early predictions on who the winner of bracket B is going to be? I know there were a lot of predictions for bracket A, which I believe a lot of people predicted that we're going to see Buddy and Malachi round 2 for bracket B, which I can't confirm or deny, obviously. I thought it was a good bracket. Give me a second, and I'll have the give me a second. I can have bracket. Yeah, give me just a second. I'll have bracket A's round 2 pulled up so everyone knows what they're looking forward to next month. Nakamura Oba is what Zach predicts for the finals of that bracket. It's a solid pick. Let's see, could maybe predict the final. All right, let's hear what you got. I'm excited to hear what you got here. Because I'm quickly now working my way through making the bracket A second round so everyone can see where bracket A is going to be heading. Because, it's 4 weeks between brackets moving on to their next round. It gives everyone a month to heal up. See what feels fair. Frazier accent too. Ooh, could be. Could be. Could be. Frazier Axiom too. Pretty much the World Cup is like the one thing that or not even members was not what I was gonna say. The World Cup is like the thing that the creative team aren't even let in on because it's just me and Ray that do the planning for the World Cup. And especially with Pierre being a member, I'm like, I don't want to spoil. I don't want Pierre to be like paying to support. Like I don't want Pierre to be paying to support and get this cool exclusive content and then just be like, oh yeah, well here's who's winning bracket A, Pierre. So get ready to know the result. Here's who's winning the whole thing. So don't get too attached to this person being in the World Cup. Plus, Ray and I like the intrigue it brings, especially when we're gonna make the semifinals free as well as the finals. Don't know how Frazier will squeeze by Oba, but he'll find a way out. Perhaps that assumes he makes it past Claudio. Does assume he has to make it past Claudio. You could see Oba versus Axiom as the final as well. Axiom could always say that Frazier only beat him because of Liv. I mean, he did only beat him because of Liv. Let's call a spade on that one. He only beat him because of Liv. Because Axiom had that belt. We're already counting out Grayson. That's true. You guys are already counting out Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller is just being counted out. I mean, that's the #1 contender to the NXT title. That man's gonna be at a Heatwave fighting for the gold. I will not confirm if he's main eventing Heatwave against Joe Hendry or not, because there might, wink wink, be something bigger. What? Hi, JT. What do you mean, who am I? What did I do with Xander? I'm still me. My hair is just straight. That's the only difference. My hair is straight and it's brushed because I brushed it while it was wet, and so it straightened, sort of. It's not a mop of curls for once. Fall from grace. Got it. But yeah, let's run you guys really quickly through bracket A's second round real quick, because it's been a few days. I feel like I can show people. So, round 2 of bracket A, we'll see Kota Ibushi versus Buddy Matthews. Ricky Starks versus NXT champion Joe Hendry, assuming Joe has still got it by then. He should, because Heatwave is not until 5 weeks from now, and this match will be 4 weeks from now. So unless Joe defends it by then, my hair turns into Clark Kent. Apparently, Finn Balor versus Daniel Garcia, who I've been told is fine following the beatdown at the end of the match with Hammerstone. And Malachi Black versus Raj Desi, which, if you remember, or if you're a Patreon backer, you heard me go, damn it, I can't. Oh, wait, he's facing Malachi in the next round. I'm fine with that. I can live with that. Also, welcome in, JT. Saying looks good, but now they what the fuck, man? Come on now. I actually fixed my hair for once. It's the only difference. Apparently my hair turns me into Clark Kent, as Pierre said. Hold on, is it? Oh my god. One of my light bulbs was dimmed and the rest weren't. That's why it looked weird in here all stream. Watch Raj somehow win. He won't. But fucking imagine. I might have. It might be like a I might Hogan WrestleMania 9 it if Raj wins. Could also see a rematch from last year's finals. It's true, you could. But yeah, so everyone do me a favor, and even if you don't want to pledge to the Patreon, spread the word of the Patreon. I'm gonna drop a link in the description, or I'm gonna drop a link in the chat real quick. So spread the word, even if you don't, even if you yourself don't want to back the Patreon. Or here, hold on. There, that should actually make a link. There we go. Even if you yourself don't want to back the Patreon, which is perfectly fine, I get it. I totally get it. Just spread the word, because if you got friends that watch the channel, if you know people that watch the channel, $2 a month membership levels. There's $2, $5, $10, 25, 50. I don't ask that anyone goes to these levels. I will never ask that anyone do any of these levels. I think that I think the $2 a month is worth it. That's just me though. You get main event, you get the World Cup, you get random videos like this, you get Let's Play content, that kind of stuff. But to sit down and do the Let's Play content as soon as I'm done with the indies for the week tomorrow, because tomorrow is the easiest day for me, because I don't Wednesdays are always the easiest day for me to record because I don't have anything to do other than work, because I don't watch AEW. Like, I get home from work on Wednesday. Tomorrow, let me double check where I'm working tomorrow. I work at 3 different schools, so let me see which one I'm working at. Yeah, I'm working at my favorite one tomorrow anyway, so I got off at 2:30 tomorrow, so I got home at like 3:15-ish tomorrow. Straight to work. I do, the indies, the World Cup, main event. That's my 3 things I got to do this week. And sacrifice. So that's my big ones. And then I gotta get this big behemoth of a box wrap. I can't. Let me make sure I don't show the side that's got my shipping label on it, which I just nearly did. This is Alex's big Christmas gift right here. Give you guys just an idea of how big the box is. That is the expensive thing I made a few hints about last stream. That I think I might have shown you guys. Yeah, that's the big thing I showed you guys and told you guys not to tell her. That's that. That's this. Just gotta get it wrapped. Which is gonna take me a lot of wrapping paper, because I'm gonna wrap it in this box. So, well, I don't have to do Raw until this weekend. Like, I usually do Raw on Saturday. I usually do Raw on Saturday, so it is indeed a big box. What I do think is funny with the Patreon, by the way, I'm about to wrap up, by the way. What I do think is funny with the Patreon, though, is that so many people keep joining on the free tier. There's nothing on the free tier. There's not. There is nothing. There never will be anything on the free tier. Like, so I don't know what people are going to the free tier for, but you live and you learn. All right, cool. I'll see you guys on Thursday for the TNA watch along. Yeah, I'll see you guys Thursday for the TNA watch along. Well, JT, maybe you should have been here 2 hours ago. Maybe that's on you. Maybe you shouldn't have been late to class. Ever thought of that, young man? All right. It's an outrage. All right, cool. I gotta go record a little clip for the Patreon to make a little trailer to put on all the platforms. And so I'll see you guys on Thursday. Enjoy Ray EW if it comes out tomorrow. I assume it comes out tomorrow because it's Wednesday. We'll see. And I will talk to you guys later.